Hey everyone, and welcome to the preseason chat with the in-game Williams team. Much similar to last season's Racing Point team. We got Hyrox 24 with us, along with Only Cuppy, and their, let's say, I don't want to say invisible race engineer because everyone were well aware of him, but Richu Saha, who's the team principal of the team this time around, and the newest driver, a main driver as well, Chris Bai, is with us too. So, boys, first off, how happy are y'all, Only Cuppy and Hyrox 24, that y'all are driving together again? Possibly driving together. I know Only Cuppy is in a reserve role, but still. Only Cuppy, let's go with you. Okay. No one wants to talk?
I guess everyone is happy right over here because like we race a lot, so we have that physical chemistry going on. I mean, the chemistry going on during the race, so we know each other's mindset. So it's gonna be the fun. It's gonna continue again.
Okay.
Looking forward for it.
Hyrox, what about you? How do you feel?
I feel it's just easier to get going from the start. I mean, yes, me and Kapi will mostly be switching seats once in a while, depending on our availability. If we have to do a final year project together, maybe he can take a break and he can race and I can do something like that. That's why we were like happy to be on the same team. And one of us were gonna be the reserve role. Because I was first in the auction list, I got bought and he was gonna be in the reserve role. But it's technically the driver number 2 for both of us. We keep switching according to the circumstances around us. That's it. And yes, it's gonna be easier to, get that chemistry going from the start. In terms of team orders or whatever it is, everything included. Chris Bai is obviously the number 1 driver, so he won't have much of an issue, and we both will we got his back. That's all we can do.
Okay, interesting stuff. So, Chris Bai, new to the league, how's it been so far? And thoughts on this team you're part of now?
The preseason test went well. I was in the top 5. I don't remember where I was, but the league is competitive. That's all I know so far. And these lots are a fun gang to be with. I've done some practice sessions with them, and they're cool.
All right, good to hear. Richu, we heard your opinion on the team itself in the post-bid chat, of course, but let's talk about the fact of having Chris Bai on board, and of course that second driver position. How often are you going to switch out Only Cuppy in, Hyrox in? Are you going to base it on performance, or is it really going to be only about availability?
Starting off Chris Bai, I had an idea because as I told in the post-bid chat that I knew he was fast and we discussed that we wanted him. But after testing and after seeing him perform compared to the other guys, he's obviously going to be our, he's going to be our first choice. The second choice is, there's availability as well, but depends on who's keeping up with the pace, basically. Who's more up to the mark. That's basically.
Oops. Okay. Let's hope you stay online.
Yeah, there you go.
Everything's fixed. We heard from Richu and Chris Bai about preseason testing. What about y'all, Hyrox 24 and Only Cuppy? What did y'all think about preseason testing?
Well, Chris Bai, I know since my first league race in IRC, actually. We were kind of battling. I was a keyboard noob at that point of time. So you're kind of battling in Brazil, and then I went straight into the pit wall because of some kind of screen glitch. Oh, I disappeared. Oh yeah, some kind of screen glitch that happened.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
But since then, I know he's a very fast, innovative driver because his input methods into the game was, it used to be a controller and a mouse. And that's something, and he was really fast. He was actually fighting for the championship, if not for his exams at that point of time. So we knew he had a lot of pace. And
so what are your thoughts on preseason testing was the question?
The preseason testing, well, we knew that he's going to be fast. And for the preseason testing two, I think, session two, we brought in Masum also, just to see how the reserves work. If or most of the reserves drove in during testing, both sessions. So it was useful for the other team principals also to see how it works. And with Chris Bai's performance in that, I think we have one horse race towards the WCC, but I don't want to keep my hopes too high.
Okay. All right. And only copy. Let's talk about close competitors. So clearly, I've mentioned this time and time again. You're a capable driver, to say the least. First time around, you came into the league, first 3 races. 2 of them, you were on the podium right off the bat. On the occasion that you do come out on track, considering you are reserve, who do you think would be a close competitor?
Uh, so of course, it first would be my teammate, because like comparing my pace now with him, like of course, like I'm pretty sure he's gonna outperform me. So of course, first is gonna be a teammate. So he's always a competitor. Then comes the rest of the field.
All right. iRox24, what about you? Who do you think could be a close competitor for you? You've seen the other drivers in preseason testing, so feel free to share if you've got opinions on any one of them.
Well, from my racing last season, in the Racing Point and BRL, initially I felt I had good pace, but then I realized that I'm actually coming in the middle of a season which had drivers going from literally ground zero to building up their skill level and driving performance through the season. So they were already on this huge learning curve and they were reaching the top. So initially I was able to catch them off guard because we were new to each other. We would give too much space, not fight too hard or give up the position easily. But towards the end, I think I really got to know where I stand in the pecking order. So it's going to be mostly a fight for points for me, personally speaking. But maybe, who knows, this season, maybe things change. I'm able to fight for the top 5 positions, maybe a podium on the lucky day or something. But I don't think I will be much of a competition or a pain for the other teams at the moment.
Okay. All right. And Chris Bai, have you evaluated other drivers during preseason testing? A couple of the front runners, perhaps?
Actually, no, because I don't know what the actual pace of the other drivers are. Because this was the first time I raced in Spain in this game, and that might have been the situation for others as well. So I don't think I can name anyone on whose pace is similar to mine.
Okay, that means we're going to see some interesting results in Australia. But either ways, moving on to the bunch of questions. So we've asked members of the league to ask each team a bunch of questions. So we got a couple of questions for y'all. One of them is already answered, which was who will be driver 1 and who will be driver 2, which y'all already have said so, which was made it pretty clear. How many times will Harry Rocks spin this season? UK got a similar question, and he had an interesting answer to that. What about you, Hyrox? How many times? Or
well, I'm willing
not?
to bet. I'm willing to bet at every race, but then he's gonna kill me for that. So, considering that in the last season I was dilly-dallying between two games altogether with different handling models and different cars over a span of, like, it was literally 2 hours away each race. So one was in 2020, one was in 2019. So my spinning was becoming an issue for me, as well as obviously for our fight for the WCC 4th place, if I'm right, me and Kapi for RP. Now I feel I'm more planted. I'm not as easily spinnable as I thought. I'm not the Spinala master anymore, I feel. But I could definitely give it a try, spinning out, trying to push too much and then spinning out. So shouldn't happen much, ideally, but need to see.
All right, that's great to hear. So let's talk about tracks. A track, a race you're looking forward for going into season 4 of BRL. Only Kapi. Perhaps maybe even Richu will let you race on that track. So go ahead.
Austria.
Oh, okay. Any specific reason though?
Well, I like short tracks, but like I have special connection to tracks like Australia, Austria, something like starts with A. Like that turns out to be good for me. So yeah.
All right. Chris, what about you?
I'm actually looking forward to Silverstone and USA because the close battling there is really fun, and it's always a pleasure to have wheel to wheel there.
Yep. Hope it'll be a sight to see going through Maggots and Beckets.
Yeah.
Of course. Hi, Rocks. What about you?
Already Kapi has the seat for Austria because it's not my strongest of tracks. On come race day, I'm not able to keep my race pace up there. One single lap pace, maybe I'm able to give that, but race pace is a little weak for me in that track. So maybe Austria is his. My favorite would be Spa, uh, and Spa following that it would be Monza. I also like Silverstone and USA, but then I just have a soft corner towards Spa being towards Monza because I'm a Ferrari fan, and yeah, Spa also is a really good track. I mean, it's long, opposite to what Kapi likes. I like the long tracks because there's so much more you can do on, for example, a final lap run where I'm trying to get through few cars to gain podium positions or maybe points. It's fun to have a longer track in that terms. That's all.
Yeah, all
Sounds
right,
great.
cool.
Based on what you've heard now, I think it's pretty clear that easy it is for me. I can literally step back and let them like just go take it away, basically bring it home.
Yep, but a lot of people did owe their results last season to you, Richu, because they always, like everyone was saying, yeah, the race engineer, they've got a race engineer in the year. So clearly, it's not like you aren't contributing at all, and not like you can step away. They're gonna need you in their years. So yeah. But either way, on that note, Australia, how's it looking for there? Which two drivers will we see? And is there a game plan, so to speak?
So for Australia, Chris, we have ready. Chris is all set to go, I think. And as for the second driver, Australia is Kapi loves Australia. He's hiding his face. He's very comfortable with Australia. So depending on since we've just moved because of our college calls, so depending on if his setup is all ready to go and if everything works out, then probably him. But otherwise, Kapi, you don't. You're right there. So you're up.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, so that's second driver still a confusion, but hopefully we'll get that sorted out.
yep, that means we'll see out on track then.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, drivers. So we asked the TPs for their predictions during post-bid chat. So y'all might as well shoot with your predictions this time around. Let's start with only Kapi. Any prediction at all? Maybe for yourself or maybe for somebody in the league, for your team, anything.
I'll stick to myself now. Like as Harry Rocks had that spin wala like badge, like I think I would take that badge for this season
Why though?
because I'm not set yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And they know it. So I'm comfortable like opening up.
Okay. All right.
That's
Chris, what about you?
sorry, I'm barging
Okay,
in.
go ahead, Harry. Yeah.
Kapi is telling that because he's new to the game. That's all. Once he finds his foot in the game,
Thought so.
he'll become something else, some other beast. He'll become for some reason. I don't know. I really think he's undermining himself. He has top 6 pace easily. I hope I'm counting it right. Top 6, top 7 pace. We have really fast drivers this season. Unlike last season, we did have fast drivers, but then it used to vary because of attendance due to people working with college and all, and the other was issues with connectivity, or there'll be things like that. It was a little inconsistent with competition, like all people were fast to be on the grid on that on come race day. So there are a lot of people who are fast, and I think Kapi is one of them if he finds his foot in the game. That's it. I mean, if you recall, my first race in BRL was France, and I came 13th, and it was a shit race. I had a lot of controller issues and all of that. And then Kapi came maybe a weekend or two later, and he raced in Austria. he was slow. I was able to, in team orders, we would tell him to pass, let me pass. But then 2 weekends later, after Hungary, I think, where we were both on the podium, and then he just went away with the podiums. And, he was fast in certain places, but got disqualified because of a disconnection issue. So it's just not his problem. He is fast. He just needs to find his pace.
Mm-hmm. Lot of expectations there, only copy. So whenever you do come out, we'll see you on the podium, perhaps. Chris, bye. Any predictions about the league or about yourself?
Okay, I think I'll be the one who's gonna get the most heat because I don't back out of fights, and it might cause damage to me or other drivers, and hence
All right.
the one who gets the most heat.
We've got a couple of drivers just like that in our league already, but okay. Thanks for telling us. We'll keep an eye out for that. We've got SV11, Sick Nig, and Vix356. They're three drivers who constantly keep getting heat for the same reason. They don't back off too often.
That's good.
Please from P11. That was too good, man. Unfortunately, he had a connection. I mean, some controller issue, but that was a really good show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Interesting prediction. Harry rocks. What about yours?
Predictions, again, it would be for myself, but I have one prediction for the WDC driver championship. I think General Pepe is gonna take it away because he's really, really fast. He does have consistency issues from what I've seen in other league races, but I think he's not gonna have that now. He's been at the wheel. He must be practicing quite a bit, so he's gained his composure. So he's gonna be he's going to be the Hamilton maybe of the league, but that doesn't mean I'm undermining the chances of the likes of BMJ and Big Man Joe and KDB and UK. UK is such an underminer, sandbagging guy. Come race day, he flies. So yeah, we do have fast drivers, but for now, my prediction would be General Pepe is going to walk away with it. And for me personally, if I come in the top 10 of the championship, that will be a good contribution to the team itself.
Okay. That's great to hear, but I mean, from what I've heard from Chris just now, I feel he'll be right up there trying to fight for wins as well. So I'm still against the whole notion of sending the championship away with General Pepe. So yeah, I'm never going to agree with anyone on that. But either ways, yep, awesome. Looks like this team is going to be one to watch out for sure. It was great talking to you all, boys. Can't wait to see you all out on track. Can't wait to see Chris drive now after hearing everything. And yeah, let's see what Richu Saha has in the bag to make sure this team's on the top. Cheers, boys. Good luck.
Peace out.